incredible this is, I'm having a hard time processing this moment right now. I'll be honest with you. There have been only a few moments in my life where I felt the weight of the moment as I do right now. Like a gravity generated by the magnitude of the consequence in our country. It isn't about me. It is about this moment in America. And what we each individually try to do to meet that moment. I look out in this room and I can tell you I see so many people from all different moments of my life. You are here in this room because in one way or another you have touched my life. You have helped me in ways I may never fully be able to express to all of you. Whether I met you in elementary school or on the campaign trail, I want to start by saying thank you. With my congressional team. For the last 6 years, we've served the 3rd Congressional District, and I hope that we have made the people of the 3rd Congressional District proud of the work that we've done. We have a team of incredible public servants of all different ages, everyone working together, many of them here, and I just have to say how proud I am of that team. To my campaign team, who carried out our message of change going forward. I know that many of you took risks to join this campaign. You had people doubt your choice to join this campaign. You worked long hours and struggled and stressed about the challenges we confronted. I hope you take pride in this moment. Whoever says young people don't care about politics haven't met the young people that are the engine, power, and to our supporters, look what we've accomplished. Look what we've been able to do. By most standards of what is possible, this moment right now should not be occurring. A year ago, 6 years ago, few believed we could show that what we could accomplish. That we showed that politics isn't some exclusive club just for the well-off and the well-connected. Right. That we built something that epitomizes the grassroots. I hope this experience has brought you closer to understanding the essence of our democracy, that you have a deeper understanding of what it means to be a citizen of this great country, and that you feel empowered by that. You've heard me say this line a lot, and I'll say it again tonight, that I believe that the opposite of democracy is apathy. And by extension, I hope that you see our campaign as a means of being the opposite of that helplessness. I hope this moment is every bit as meaningful for you as it is for me. I want to say thank you to my family. My parents and my sister are here, who gave me the grounding in service and purpose that powers me every day. To my wife, Cammie. Cammie, look what we've accomplished. Look what we've done. For them, right? Yep. I'm just so proud of our family and what we've been able to do, our humble family. Be able to take this kind of action. To my boys. I'm proud of the two of you. You know, I know that this has been tough. I know it hasn't been easy. And I know there have been moments where I haven't always been there for you in the way that I wish I was as a father. But I hope you're proud of me. And I hope that when you learn about this moment in America, that you come to understand why I did what I did and why I fight for you. I chose this hotel for a particular reason. 37 years ago, when I was 5 years old, my family and I lived out of this hotel for several weeks when we first moved to New Jersey. My first nights in this state were right here in this hotel. My dad had just accepted a job, his very first job ever, working at a lab in Camden to do cancer research. And we were looking for a home for us to rent. My very first nights, as I said, were here, and some of the strongest memories I have ever had in my life, early moments in my life, were here. I remember staying here. I remember there's a restaurant here. I think it was called Circles. I can't remember, but I just remember feeling like the food was amazing. I was like, people in New Jersey live good here. Quality of the food, high class. I felt like a prince. And I just have to say, I wanted to be here tonight, in this hotel. I wanted to pay tribute to my parents, to my family, to this state, for giving a kid like me a chance to be able to dream, for giving me the tools through public education and a kind community. Yeah. It wasn't easy initially. We had no family to lean on here, no friends to help us get started, but New Jersey welcomed us. I wanted to return here tonight to give perspective. For my parents, this hotel was an important step in achieving the American dream and then ultimately giving back to this state. My parents taught me something I'll never forget. They taught me to love America. I revere this country. I am in awe of America. When I worked at the White House, I've shared this story before, when I worked at the White House, I had a pair of black, pristine leather shoes that I would only wear whenever I was asked to go into the Oval Office. I wanted to treat that room different. I wanted to remind myself that I'm part of something bigger than all of us. And it's because of my reverence for this nation that it also pains me to our core to see the struggles that we are going through. That we aren't just having policy debates and fights, but instead the very foundation of our democracy is rendered fragile. People tell me they simply didn't trust their public servants. They simply didn't trust that the politics was working for them. That they didn't think that the big challenges we face in our family and as a state are solvable because they thought nobody was looking out for them. While we know what happened in our race, I certainly recognize right now that we are at a moment of profound anxiety about what comes next for our country. That the coming minutes and hours and days could very well be excruciating. But regardless of what happens next, we need to recognize that we face significant challenge, regardless of the outcome. That the divisions we face are deep to the bone. They will not be fixed by any single election, and it isn't just about the politics. We live in a time of the greatest amount of inequality in our nation's history, too. In Salem, I visited a public housing complex and talked to a mother who showed me the black mold growing on her home, on the walls where her kids live. She told me about her pleas for help that did not go answered. I heard from a young man who felt so pessimistic about his life. He said to me that he didn't think that he could ever afford to buy a home in this state because of the high cost as well as the high student loan burden that he was facing. Regardless of what the final results are from this election, our nation is on an unsustainable trajectory. But let there be no doubt that this is a new era of politics rising. The same old is done. And we've shown New Jersey that there's a better way to be able to do But it isn't just about New Jersey either. We've shown the country that there's a better way to be able to do this. It could mean a politics that lifts people up, that gives people hope, that delivers for everyone. It could mean a politics that changes the trajectory of our nation and builds a brighter future. I'd like to put forward a challenge to us all. In a little over a year, we're going to be celebrating our 250th anniversary as a nation, as a democracy. Let us use that extraordinary milestone as a moment of healing. Let us change this trajectory that we find ourselves on. In the same way that I reflect on my family start in this very hotel, let us reflect upon the first principles of our nation and put forward a renewed vision. Let us use the 250th anniversary to be a reminder of the greatness of America. That the greatness of America is not what we take from this country, but what we give back. It is what we pass down as I look to my parents and as I look to my two boys. The hope I give for the same opportunities and the certainty that my parents gave us when we first came to this hotel nearly 40 years ago. That we should use the 250th anniversary to make major investments in our country and our democracy, like supercharging civics education, like building a national service program, investing in civic organizations and community groups, about rebuilding the architecture of community that has decayed in our nation, with the goal of breathing new life into a meaning of patriotism. This challenge is a reminder that today, that Election Day is the starting line, not the finish line. What we built isn't just a campaign, we have built a movement. A movement to fix broken politics. A movement that does not end with the election tonight, but it does not diminish with the votes ending. It's a movement that helps our nation heal by reminding us that we have more in common than what separates us. It's one that can put service at the center of our citizenship, giving everyone a chance to give back and be part of something bigger. It's one that can lift up the knowledge of our citizenry, to ensure we are informed to make decisions, and also remind people that public service is something we should be proud of, aspire to, and not diminish. By showing Americans that being patriotic means looking out for one another, not tearing each other down or attacking our democratic institutions. I approach this moment with the utmost humility. As I prepare to take on this job, a job that only 2,000 Americans in the history of this country have ever had the honor to do. Out of approximately 600 million people who have ever been called Americans, to be able to step up and have this opportunity. Of the over 120 years of Koreans being in America, that I can add a chapter that hasn't been written before. And I understand that I will not be perfect, that I will stumble, and I will struggle at times. But I assure you I will give this everything I got, and I will try and serve with honor and integrity. I promise you I will not lose myself along the way. I will anchor myself in the deep sense of public service that has guided me all these years. I won't let the job change me. Instead, I will work to change the job to be able to better fulfill what the people of America deserve. Change the broken politics that have decayed our nation. And I hope to represent everyone in this state. Whether you voted for me or not, I serve you. And I hope to bring back meaning to that phrase, public service. The way I see it is I am now dedicating the rest of my service to this nation to address one singular question, which is how do we heal this country? I do this for my boys, for Austin and August, who deserve more than I can ever create. We do this for your kids and your grandkids, because what is the point of our time on this planet if we take more than we give? I thank you not just for being with me on this journey, but for being with me on the journey ahead. What started in living rooms in Burlington and Ocean counties, and grew to convention halls in Monmouth and Hunterdon and Atlantic, and we have become the strongest grassroots mobilization New Jersey has ever seen. from a movement that nobody believed would win to one that is bringing my voice, your voice, to the highest levels of our great democracy. I just have to say how incredible of an experience this is. And I want to ask you, are you proud of what we built? Let me ask you this one, do you believe in the change that we can build? And are you ready to keep fighting for our country? And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor, for this Jersey kid who never thought he'd be able to say this, that I am your next United States Senator.